George Zimmerman was arrested Friday night again on charges of domestic violence with a weapon and aggravated assault. He allegedly threw a wine bottle at his girlfriend. Allegedly. He was released after posting a $5,000 bond, and he was ordered to surrender all of his firearms. Finally, which leads to the question, really, this entire time he was still allowed to have massive amounts of firearms? Incredible. And he was told to have no contact with the victim, and he was banned from entering the county where she lives. So if you're keeping track of the situation, George Zimmerman has been arrested about 7 trillion times. Quote, he was arrested on charges of aggravated assault, battery, and criminal mischief after his then-girlfriend said he pointed a gun at her face during an argument, smashed her coffee table, and pushed her out of the house they shared. Samantha Sheeby decided not to cooperate with detectives, and prosecutors didn't pursue the case. That was from, about a year ago. Zimmerman was accused by his estranged wife of smashing an iPad during an argument at the home they had shared. Shelley Zimmerman initially told a dispatcher her husband had a gun, though she later said he was unarmed. No charges were ever filed because of a lack of evidence. The dispute occurred days after Shelley Zimmerman filed divorce papers. Zimmerman has also been pulled over 3 times for traffic violations since his acquittal, and he, of course, is most known for the Trayvon Martin situation where he got away with killing him. What I wonder is, how do the people who were on the Trayvon jury feel? If you don't feel like a miserable failure, you should. Because you fell for the rhetorical tricks of a good defense lawyer. That's all it is. I mean, the more stuff like this comes out and people say, oh, they're unrelated. No. What this does is it speaks to his character. Either he's the unluckiest fucking guy in the world, and he's not, or I see a pattern here. The pattern is he's a douchebag. And he's a guy who gets violent. He's a guy who has no control, no direction in his life. He doesn't have a moral code. And he acts like a fucking crazy person nonstop. And he has zero credibility. His narrative was the one that was most pervasive when discussing the Trayvon situation, and he has zero credibility. I mean, look, just think about it from the perspective of, they said, the 911 dispatcher said, you don't need to pursue. We're going to go ahead and need you not to do that. And what did he do? He pursued anyway. And according to him, Trayvon, who ran away, and Zimmerman admits that he ran away, at some point when Zimmerman was chasing Trayvon went from running away to turning around and running back towards him to fight him. Funny how that always seems to be the case when there's an unarmed dead black kid. That the guy, often the white guy who kills the black kid always ends up saying, oh yeah, no, he was running away first, but then he turned around and he started killing me and destroying me. And he was like a demon. Just like with Darren Wilson too, right? Say, oh yeah, no, he was the aggressor, even though I admit he ran away at first, but then he was the aggressor. You realize it's not consistent, right? That story doesn't make sense. Nobody runs away from you and then turns around and runs back at you and then starts fighting you. No. He was scared, so he ran away from you, and then you fucking chased him down. That's what happened. I said it the entire time, man. I said it during the Trayvon trial. I said, look, if you believe his narrative, you're just gullible. Like, you're just... This guy, he's the one who killed Trayvon. He was the aggressor. What's our evidence? The unarmed dead black kid laying on the ground. That's our evidence. But somehow everybody just believed that, no, he was the victim because he had an injury that wasn't really even that bad of an injury. But also, people talk about, he had a right to defend himself. What about Trayvon's right to defend himself? What about that? How about that? Nobody ever brings that up, right? The guy's a scumbag. His history proves it. He has no credibility, and everybody who was on the Trayvon jury should be fucking mortified and should feel disgusted with themselves today.